What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another YouTube video. My name is Mike. I'm a full-time media seller. I sell on Amazon and eBay, and I live here in my storage unit where I keep all my duds, my CDs, DVDs, books. Now this is kind of where I keep my eBay listings, but I do store duds here so they're not around the house, so Deb doesn't throw me out. She's over here working hard. But yeah, so today's video, it's Monday. It's another one of kind of my opinionated videos. We're going to talk about comparing yourselves to other resellers, or just comparing your business to other people's business in general. If you're interested, we have a weekly Zoom call for YouTube members. Link to join is always in the description, along with a Discord, and the full-length podcast episodes are available to YouTube members as well. So let me shut up and let's get right on in today's topic. Let's go. All right, so comparing yourself to another reseller, comparing your business to somebody else's business, you know, whether you're reselling or, you know, whatever you're doing, right? It is not good for your mental health or the state of your business, okay? So let's kind of get into why people do it, right? You see everything all over social media, you know. Most of us are on one platform, you know, or another, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube. I mean, any of these platforms, right? You see nothing but all these people showing their sales and how successful they are, right? It's a lot of people like showing their wins and not really their losses, right? So you kind of get caught up like, man, I wish, you know, I was selling as much as this person or that person. And I'm guilty of it, right? When I first started reselling on Amazon, especially Amazon, you get hit with the screenshots, people with their phones showing, you know, I made, you know, $1 million today, right? So it's like you get, you know, it can be discouraging. So I understand why people do it. But now that I've, you know, been in the game for a while, I realize like it means nothing, right? Anybody can post any screenshot. Sure, you know, if somebody's out there crushing it, and most people, you know, that do post that kind of stuff are legit, at least the ones I follow. But there's a lot of, you know, fake, you know, frauds, gurus out there. So you might be seeing something, you know, that's just photoshopped. But anyways, that's besides the point. Don't compare yourself to somebody else, right? Everybody has different situations. Everybody has different, you know, cost of living. So, you know, maybe somebody making $1 million, you know, maybe they're only making, you know, 20 grand on that million. And what you're doing, you know, your ROI is a lot, you know, higher. So maybe if you sold 50,000, you would actually be making more than the person that shows the sales of, you have to realize, right? It's all sales. They're not giving you like the net profit number. You're just getting the overall sales number. And I'm sure any reseller out there, especially on Amazon, you see how many people are selling their stuff for a loss, like a literal loss. And they don't care because the mindset is, whoa, I sold that for $8. I made $8. When in actuality, you're literally paying Amazon to sell that item. But people don't look at it like that, right? They just want to see, oh, look at my high sale number. I sold 30 items today. Well, if you sold 30 items, you know, at a loss, then who cares? Cool, you sold 30 items. So, you know, with me, it's a different thing too, right? Because I do YouTube as well. So that's like a whole nother like comparison thing we can go down, right? You first start, you know, you compare yourself to other reselling channels and you're like, oh, am I ever going to get there? You know, it's good to have goals, right? You want to have goals for your business, and it's good to kind of see what other people are doing to kind of understand the capabilities of how far you can take it. But directly comparing yourself, like, who cares if I, you know, made $20,000 this month and you only made $1,000? You're in a completely different situation than me, so you shouldn't be comparing, you know, apples to oranges. It doesn't make sense. And like I said, you know, with me, when I first started, listen, it could suck the life out of you, right? Oh, I want to get X amount of subscribers. Like, oh, I want to get more subscribers than this person and that person. When in actuality, I should have just focused on growing my business. And the same with YouTube, just focus on, you know, putting out good content, growing my business, sending in more items, and the results will come, right? Even to this day, you know, I'm happy with what I'm making. And there's people out there, you know, making 6 figures a month, and doesn't bother me. Good for them, right? I'm glad when I see other people being successful, right? But that there's so much of it out there now. Like anywhere you look, right? There's people going into, you know, these stores, scanning stuff. Oh, I'm gonna make $30 on this, $50 on this. So it's hard, right? Because it's everywhere you look, no matter what platform you're on. And we're all at least on one platform if you're watching this, YouTube. And just go to YouTube Shorts, right? And look up reselling, right? And you'll see all these people that are, you know, I'm gonna make all this money on this and this and this. You know that's not reality, but in your mind you're like, oh my God, they're making so much money. that's not the case. So just compare your business to your own business. That's how I like looking at it. Take like, you can kind of look at it in a monthly form. That's where I'm at. I don't take it day by day anymore. But when you start out, it's exciting to compare. Oh, yesterday I sold $50. Today I sold $70. Like, that's exciting. But once you start growing your business, it's, I'm more of a month over month kind of deal. So how was the used book guy in September? Let's look at that number and compare it to October. And then you kind of can just roll off that. And it gets to a point where, you're at a level in your business where it doesn't matter, right? You're not worried about who's doing what. You're not worried about, what's going on, who sold what. It's good to be around like-minded people, right? I say that all the time. I think that's the best thing we have is the weekly Zoom call and the Discord, because you're around other people. So it's almost as if like, you hold yourself more accountable and to a higher standard, because it's like, hey, I'm around these other people that are crushing it, right? There's plenty of people in the group that are just putting up crazy numbers, just starting out, have backroom access. Like, they're running circles around me, right? They can walk into Goodwills and just walk in the back room while I'm out here, like, hey, can you please let me in the back room? I'm a famous YouTuber. And they're like, get out of my store, buddy. But yeah, so it's good to kind of be around like-minded people and see what works for other people and try to implement that in your business. But comparing directly, like, hey, Tommy Boy's a millionaire. He's making $1 million a month. Good for Tommy Boy, right? Hey, Tommy Boy, what are you doing? Like, hey, how you making $1 million a month? Let me in on your secrets. And that's kind of, the thin line of comparing and kind of implementing tactics that actually work. And like I said, that's why I said, when you're on the call every week and you're with other people, you can see what's working for people, and people, and we're all open, what's not working for, each other. And that's why I said, people always put their wins out there, but a lot of people don't put their losses out there, or basically the lessons they learned the hard way. And there's a lot of them, especially on Amazon, and especially with media, but we can get off for cheap, right? So, I mean, that's it. That's the basis of the video. Don't compare yourself to anybody else besides your own business. As long as you're getting results or working towards a goal, or the results you're trying to get to, you're climbing those steps and making progress every month, that's all that matters. Nothing else matters. It doesn't matter what I'm doing, doesn't matter, what anybody else is doing. It's just your business, your growth. If you're not seeing the results you want to see, then maybe, try something different. Reach out to different people. Say, hey, the reselling community is basically an open book. You can shoot people DMs, whatever. I responded to thousands and thousands of comments since I started this channel. So every comment I responded to. So if there's ever a question, like a hardship you're running into, or you're trying to figure out how to get cheaper inventory or this or that, I can at least give you my peace of mind, or maybe somebody else's that has done it, kind of like, hey, this is how we got to this point, right? This is how we, got to the point where we can get library overflow books. This is how we got backroom access at Goodwills. Like, there's plenty of ways you can grow your business. So if you're in one of those positions where you're not seeing results, that's when it's worse, right? Because you're not seeing the results you want to see, and you see other people are just crushing it, right? Like, oh man, this person had the best month they ever had on Amazon, and meanwhile it's your worst month. So you're like, oh my God, what am I doing wrong? I'm ready to close up shop. But that shouldn't be the case. You should be saying, hey, take a step back. Hey, Tommy Boy, what are you doing, right? What are you doing to make all this money? What are you doing to be more successful, get more sales on Amazon or eBay? And kind of pick people's brains. That's the best thing about the community, is everybody has different business strategies, and everybody's, doing different things in different ways. And sometimes, all the time, really, you find something that somebody else is doing that works, and like, that's really smart, and I should do it. And I say it all the time. Like, I'll say stupid things, and I'm like, that's stupid. Like, I should be doing it this way instead of that way. So anyways, stop comparing your business to other people's business. As always, I appreciate y'all watching. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more used book videos. Bye-bye.